Hi, if you were not here this past week, we started up on exponents on Monday and Tuesday. So this is the practice worksheet, and this is going to be super simple. So exponents are really just a base number, which is a big number, and then this little small number up at the very top, that is your exponent. So just some new vocabulary. This is your base, and then that 2 is your exponent. Okay? So what we're going to do is your graded paper is going to look very similar to this. So I was going to go over this practice paper so you can do really well on it. So if you take a look at the very top, it tells us to rewrite the number as a multiplication problem. So exponents, all it is that the exponent is telling us how many times we're going to multiply the base by itself. So for example, number 1 is 5 to the 4th power, but that really means 5 times itself 4 times. So when we're writing it as a multiplication problem, we're not solving it. So number 1, that's our answer. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Number 2, we have got 3 to the 2nd power. Now, there is a special word for this. Anytime that we have got a 2 for an exponent, I do want you to make sure that you know that this actually means squared. Because when we go into our geometry unit and we find out what area is, it's a two-dimensional figure. And so that way, once we find out what an area, what the length times the width is, it's really 3 times 3, which is 3 squared. So our answer for number 2 is 3 times 3. Number 3 is 2 to the 5th power. So obviously you know that we have to multiply 2 times itself 5 times. And that's how you do the top portion. Very, very simple. So we're not actually solving them. We're just writing as a multiplication problem. The next part is also super simple. It says rewrite the multiplication problem in exponential notation. Exponential notation just means you're going to write it with an exponent. So for example, if you take a look at number 6, it's 7 times itself 5 times. So our answer would be 7 to the 5th power. We're not solving it either. We're just writing it using an exponent. Number 7, 9 to the 4th power. 8, 3 to the 3rd power. Now, here's also another special thing I need you to know. Anytime that we've got a 3 as an exponent, we're going to say the word cubic because that's actually a 3-dimensional shape. And when we get into our volume, we know that we've got a length, a width, and a height. So with a cube, it has all the same measurements. So if our length is 3, our width is 3, and our height is 3, that would be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 cubed. Okay. Number 9, obviously, that is 4 cubed, and then 10 is 5 to the 5th power. Super, super easy. So let me go ahead and go down to the very bottom. 11 through 20, you actually are going to be solving them. So, for example, number 11, it says 9 squared. So you know that means 9 times 9, which is 81. You can use a calculator on these. Number 12, we've got 4 cubed, which is 4 times 4 times 4. And so you do the first one. So we've got our 16. And then we times that by our 4. And so we know that one is going to be 64. So you're going to be solving all of these just like my first 2 examples. These right over here are no different. You're still going to be solving them, but you've got to be able to read it. So number 16 says, what is 2 to the power of 2? So that is 2 squared. And so that has to be 4. Remember in 17 it says cubed, so that is 5 to the 3rd power, and 5 to the 3rd power is 125. So on the graded side, it's going to look identical to this, just different problems. So the first 5 problems, you're going to write it as multiplication problems. The next 5 problems, you're going to be writing it as with an exponent, and then 11 through 20, you're actually going to be solving it. So you can use a calculator. Now, if you do use a calculator at home, there is a special button on your calculator, one that we have here, and it looks like almost like an upward facing arrow, and that is called the caret key. But if you do not have this button on your calculator, that's all right. You can still go ahead and multiply everything out as well. So once you get this done, go ahead, turn it back into me, and I'll be able to grade it. So hope to see you soon.